Hello everyone, and happy Thursday. I'm just like 2 minutes late, I'm sorry. Was helping my daughter get situated. She had some questions about something, so, but here I am. I hope everyone's had a great week. Mine has been pretty good, kind of quiet, actually. I've been working on a few things. I've got some craft. I have a craft fair coming up next Friday, I believe it is. Friday evening. It's a market and it's at a sports center, so lots of kids. So I've been working on some of my beading stuff. If you want to follow my beading, that's a group, Dee's Creations. But I also have some of my stamping stuff on there too. I was actually the last 2 days working on some cute little projects, July 4th kind of, since the market is next Friday, the week before July 4th. So cute stuff on there. Been busy, keeping myself busy this week, and also trying to put together my craft room after my my retreat last week, so trying to get everything back together. We had a lot of fun on the retreat. We did like 22 cards. Everyone got a goodie bag full of stuff to create their projects with. We played some games. We played bingo, so a lot of fun. We had 12 people, so it was a good time. So the next retreat is my holiday retreat. That is November 7th through the 9th. It is $275 and it's for the whole weekend. It's Friday through Sunday. And of course we will probably do games again, and still not sure what I'm going to do on Saturday evening. I haven't decided, but I have a little while to think about it. But this time around for the holiday retreat, I will be doing more cards. So my first retreat, my first holiday retreat, it was requested everything but cards. Like boxes and bags and tags and things like that. And people want cards. So, especially gift card holders, because a lot of people give gift cards these days. So this holiday retreat will be geared more towards gift card holders, some cards, and tags. We can always use tags for those little gifts, and then of course gift card holders. So it'll be geared towards the gift card holders and cards and tags. There'll be a couple little projects in there, but it'll be mostly cards and tags. So it'll be all good. So November 7th through 9th, if you are interested, let me know. I will be sending out emails soon. I sent out kind of a little save the date kind of thing, because I do have 2026 dates on the books already. But we're going to just get through the holiday retreat first before I move to 2026. So looking forward to it. Let's see what else. The sweet sale is going on right now. So it's kind of a little complicated. It was at first. So it's not just the sweets, it's everything in the sweet. So if there are paper or embellishments or a bundle, it is buy one, get one half off. So it's not buying the whole sweet. Of course, you could buy the whole sweet. There is a one number catch-all for most of the sweets, but it is buy one, get one half off, and it's through the end of June. If you have any questions, please let me know. I found that some of the demonstrators have been talking about this. Some things, it's almost better to do like a whole separate order if you're doing a lot of big things. So it's better, you got to kind of play with the system. It's hard, it's kind of bad to say that, but you have to like play with the system a little bit on that one. So, but it's a really good deal if you can get through that. Buy one, get one half off. There's lots of sweets out there. I think somebody said there was like 27 or something like that. But it's all the stuff that's in the sweets as well. Okay. For the last couple weeks, I've been talking about the virtual album retreat. It is July 16th through the 18th. It is quite costly. It's $250. but you get all the things to make 12 months of scrapbook pages. So one for each month, so it is 24 pages, so it's 12 two-page layouts. It's all the things. So I think I did a live on this a couple weeks ago, and I showed you everything that I got in my box, and it's a lot of stuff. It's all the pieces that are cut. There's die cuts. Everything's pre-packaged into all the months, so everything is laid out for you. And you can't just do the virtual part, you have to get the kit. So the kit is your registration. And then you'll be invited to a Facebook group, and then it's like 3 days of scrapbooking. So it's going to be good. It's going to be really, really good. So if you want to get into scrapbooking, this is probably a good opportunity, because it will walk you through some techniques and how to do some things. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And then if you are a scrapbook novice, it's also good, because you will get pages done for the whole year. So it's a win-win for everyone. All right, and something else I was going to talk about, and this is demonstrator related, but you'll see things if you follow other demonstrators. So this Saturday, like in 2 days, we have a demonstrator online event called Creativity Now, and we get to make some stuff. We were able to purchase a set of stuff about a month ago or so, and it's stuff that's coming out in the holiday catalog. And I showed this to you a couple weeks ago as well. Let me grab it here. It's this stamp set and dies, and then there was this paper. It was all in the blues. So we will be getting to make a few things this Saturday. It is a demonstrator only event. It is not for the public, but I just wanted you to be aware that if you follow other demonstrators, you will probably see them posting some of their creations, and you'll be wondering, where did they get that beautiful paper from? And not to worry, it will be coming out in the holiday catalog, okay? So I just wanted you to be aware of that. What else? Let's see. Speaking of sneak peeks, so we get, as a demonstrator, every week we get an email of some updates and things. And I got a sneak peek of 2 of the kits that are coming out on July 1st. So on July 1st will be all the online exclusives. I showed you what I got a couple weeks ago. But we will also get 2 new kits, so every month we're getting new kits. So the first one is called Birthday Fancy. You probably can't see this picture very well, but it's like little cakes on pedestals. It looks really, really cute. Super, super cute. I always love birthday cards, so I am definitely going to be ordering a couple of these kits, one for me, and then I'll have some extras on hand for people to buy. And then for all of my Halloween lovers out there, they're going to have, it's called the Sweet and Spooky Kit. It's like little packages. Super cute, right? So if you are, if you like to do Halloween, or maybe just give out a few things here and there to, like, you know, friends and family, this is a perfect kit to do that with. So that will be coming on July 1st, along with more online exclusives. Let's see. Last thing, July 5th is the next class, Christmas in July. So in the online exclusives that are coming out on July 1st, there are some holiday items coming out. So we will be using some of those items from the online exclusives. So we'll be doing Christmas cards. It'll be 4 cards for $15, all Christmas. So it'll be a lot of fun to do Christmas in July. Hey Chris, I saw that you're there. Mom, I think there was a cake like that in one of the ephemera packs this week. Yeah, I think so. And I know that that birthday paper that we have, there's like sheets of the DSP, and then like the last sheet or so has some ephemera. And there's some really cute cakes like that in the back of that ephemera, in the back of that paper pack. So I think that's like all the rage right now, are those really cute cakes. All right, so today is the Facebook Live Craft Along. So if you ordered a packet, grab your packet, grab your stamp set and some black ink. If you didn't order a packet, you're free to watch, and I will show you where I got the products from in the catalog, so you'll be able to order. Or if you want a packet, I still have plenty available. Just let me know. They are $15. That includes the shipping. Or if you're local and you want to do porch pickup, it's $10. So I still have plenty of packets available. So I'm going to go ahead and put you down and we will get started. All right. Wobbly here, sorry. All right. Okay, so let me get you on my screen. My internet has been acting weird today. I had some issues trying to get my computer going earlier, but I think I'm finally good. So I can see all my comments. All right, so I'm going to show you first in the annual catalog where everything is. So we are using the Celebrations, Expressions, Memories, and More cards pack. In your packet, if you ordered a packet, you have one of each of the cards, because there are multiple cards in the packets, and I'll show you that in a second. The journaling pens, I really wasn't paying attention when I ordered these, and I ordered just a few, but there are 3 in a package. It's $10 and there are 3 in a package, so it comes like this. My first thought when I did these cards was, I'll just order some Sharpies. Sharpies are relatively cheap. I can get them on Amazon. But then I saw these journaling pens and I'm like, well, it's Stampin' Up. I should use Stampin' Up stuff. Well, I didn't realize that there were 3 pens in the package. So it all worked out really great. So those are on page 31. And then we're also going to use the stamp set called Layered Thoughts. We received this one when I went to convention, and I just love this set because it is some basic greetings, but I love that it's big words. And we do have a couple other things that have big words. We have the congrats on this page here. And then I think we also have a couple other ones. There's the birthday and a thank you. I'm not sure where it's at in the book, but I love the big words. All right, so let me show you. Also, we have the Memories and More cards and envelopes. We do have the note cards and envelopes, but this is the Memories and More. And so there are small cards and big cards along with the envelopes. So that's, you got some of those in your packet as well. And then this is the Memories and More card pack. Now let me show you what a full pack looks like. So it has the little cards and the big cards in it. And I believe there are 6 of each card. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so there's 6 of each card. So if you wanted to recreate this live, these cards, you could order these and you could do tons and tons of cards. You could order a couple packages of these, or you could just order one. You could get 6 sets of cards out of here. So that's what the Memories and More card packs looks like. These are like really were meant for scrapbooking, but we as demonstrators have taken it upon ourselves to be creative with them, and we make cards. All right, so I'm going to grab my packet, and then you should have received some basic instructions with the pictures on them. So we're going to just start at the beginning. I'm just going to get everything out of my packet. And I'm just going to kind of separate things. So you got some embellishments. These are the strawberry slush, and what is it? Strawberry slush and pretty in pink. Strawberry slush and pretty in pink. These were some online exclusives. They are just stunning, especially when they come in the whole package. Beautiful. You have your journaling pen, and then you have all your pieces here. So you have your envelopes. I didn't put envelopes in this one, the big envelopes. Oh my goodness. Oh, I did. They're just mixed in. Whew. I'm telling you. I have been working on beads today. So the last couple of days I've been working on my stamp room and putting things away and creating, and today was nothing but beads. It was a chill day. So, a little frazzled. Alright, so I'm just going to take one of the little note cards. I'm going to use my bone folder just to get that crease. Sometimes these don't fold very well, so you just kind of want to make sure that you use your bone folder with it. And then we are just going to start with the basics. I'm going to put my bigger pieces aside, and then I have my smaller cards, and I'm going to start with very basic. I'm going to start with this card here. This is the one that has just kind of white confetti on, I believe this is a timid tiger. And on the back it says, what a crowning achievement. But we're going to use this side here with kind of the confetti look. I'm going to grab my Memento black ink and my stamp set. And we are just going to do a basic thank you. So I'm getting out the thank stamp, and then the U is separate. It is a tiny, tiny little stamp. So I'm going to use my blocks here and get out my little one here. Get these all situated first, okay? And then I am going to stamp thank you, and I'm going to stamp at kind of an angle. Get inked up here. My ink pad should be pretty juicy. We used the black ink this weekend, and I made sure everything was all inked up. Okay, and then I'm just going to stamp at an angle. And then I'm going to do the little U, so it says thank you, just right below it. Very simple, simple card. Okay, and then I'm going to take my journaling pen. And you don't even need a ruler. You're just going to freehand down the side all the way around. And then we're going to add some little squigglies. So all I did was, and it doesn't have to be straight. It can be just kind of a little wavy, just straight down. And then turn, I like to just turn the card and just bring the line down towards me and turn. See, and it's not perfectly straight. And that is okay. We don't want it straight because then it's just not right. Okay, and then every so often you just want to add some little squiggly lines on top of that line. Just a few little squiggles here and there. And that is it. This just adds a little something cute to your card. And then we are going to just adhere it to the front of our card base. And can you believe it? I'm not even using dimensionals on this one. So simple. Just like that. Alright, and then we're just going to add a few little embellishments. Get out my take your pick tool. And then you're just gonna use just random of these little dots anywhere you want, any colors you want. You should have plenty left over. It's kind of my little gift to you, so you can create a few extras. So that's it, just super simple. These are just simple cards. Okay, and if you wanted to decorate the envelope, you could do that too. You could do the back flap. You could just take your little journaling pen and go along the back flap. Just a little squiggle around. Give it a little, some little squiggly lines on the sides here. And that's it. Okay. Alright, so moving on to the next one. So you're going to need 2 of your smaller cards. So we're going to use this one here that has the kind of space in the middle. And then we're going to use this one with the kind of rainbow but at a diagonal. So you have like another rainbow that's straight across. You don't want that one. You want this one that's at a diagonal. Okay. Alright, so we're going to use that thank you stamp again. And we're going to stamp on this rainbow card here. And you're going to stamp at a diagonal kind of along with the diagonal of the colors. And you will have a little tiny bit of your stamp hanging off, just a little bit. But you're going to stamp right in the middle. And then don't forget you. Okay. All right. Now what you're going to do is you're just going to tear this card where you just stamped. You want to tear it kind of at the diagonal. Okay. Same thing on the top part. I'm just going to tear some of that off. So you end up with a piece kind of like this, with the 2 opposite corners kind of torn off. Oh, excuse me, I had to get some water. I hope you're all staying hydrated out there. I just saw before I came on that it was 117 today, so super hot. All right, so I'm going to take one of my little note cards. And I am going to put this one, blank one, on as the base. And now I'm going to use dimensionals. So I'm going to take my thank you, flip it over. I'm going to put on some dimensionals here. I'm using quite a few, but it's all right. Just trying to keep them sturdy. Saw my phone kind of move there. Sorry. Wow, what happened? That was kind of weird. Hope you're okay. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to take this and then I'm just kind of lining it up, the corner and the sides with the piece that's already on there with the base piece. Just kind of lining up those sides and corner. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to take our journaling pen and we're going to make those cute little squiggly lines all the way around. And when you get to these parts that you tore off, the top parts, you're just going to like continue, like it's just continuing on. And then here where you come to where you stamped, you're just going to kind of give it a little space and then continue on. So it's almost like, well, it's just a frame, kind of a frame around it. And here where the T is, I'm just going to kind of give it a little space and then continue on. And then give it some squigglies. So easy. I've seen this squiggly line technique, another demonstrator. She came over from Close to My Heart. Her work is absolutely beautiful, and I just love how she uses her journaling pen to make, like, add extras onto her cards. Super cute stuff. Her name is Laura. She's from Australia. I can't remember her last name off the top of my head, but she has some really cute stuff. Really cute ideas. Alright, so now you're just going to embellish. Just add some bling. And your card is done. Don't forget your envelope. We'll add our little squigglies on the back, all the way around the flap. Don't overthink it. Super simple. Alright, so now card number 2 is done. Okay, and we are going to move on to card number 3. So you're going to grab your small card base again, and then you're going to grab this piece here. I believe this is Petunia Pop, with your lines going straight. And then you're going to grab the one that has the polka dots. So you should have one card left, and we're going to use that on our bigger cards. Okay, so now this is kind of the same concept of what we were just doing. We're going to do happy birthday though this time. Let's get out my happy birthday stamp. Okay, and then I'm going to ink up my happy birthday. Now this stamp's kind of big, so I'm going to take my ink to my stamp instead of my stamp to the ink. Sometimes when we have those bigger stamps, this is the easiest way to do that. And then again, I'm going to stamp at kind of a diagonal on here. And then I'm going to let that dry a second. I can, because my stamp pad's very juicy, so I can see where there's still ink. So while that's drying, I'm going to get my card base ready. So I'm just going to fold the last little note card and give it a little crease with the bone folder, and then I'm going to put this piece on the front. So this card is going to be horizontal instead of portrait. So now this piece here that we stamped, again, we're going to tear these two corners. And we'll tear this one down here. Okay. And then I'm going to use dimensionals again, and then we will put this on our base card. Same concept as the last one, where we're going to line up the corners and the sides so that it almost looks like one continuous piece. I don't know if you've seen where other demonstrators on their dimensionals, they color the dimensional packet with a like highlighter, and so that way they know when they've taken off the papers on the backs of their, that's just too much work. Alright, so I'm going to put this on. I'm lining up my corners. Sorry if my head's not in the way. I think we're good. So just line up the corners so that it fits onto the card. And then we're gonna use our marker again, our journaling pen, and we're going to create those squiggly lines on the front of our card. Oops, I missed one a little bit here. All the way around. Okay, and then we just want to add our little squiggles here and there just to give it some interest. It could also hide where, like over here where the marker kind of skipped a little bit and I went over it again. Just squiggle over it. No one will know. Alright, and then we'll just add our embellishments. Let's see. We'll just add some right here. Any colors. They're all really cute. Cute colors. Okay. And then again, don't forget your envelope. All the way around. Chris, they are cute, aren't they? And so simple. If you needed to make a bunch of thank you cards or birthday cards, this is the perfect way to get that done. And there's still kind of dimension to them. There's still some interest. They're not just flat. I know this first one, the thank you, was kind of flat, but then when you add the squiggly lines, it just makes it pop a little bit. Alright, so the first 3 cards are done. We're going to move on to our bigger cards. Now, they're a little more complicated, but not that bad. So I'm going to start with this piece here. And then we have this one here with the little candles at the bottom. And then that last small card. Okay. And then this is going to fit on your bigger card base. Alright, so let's get that card base done here. So I'm just going to use my bone folder. These, some of these, like I said, are not scored very well. They're pre-scored. That's how they come. But sometimes if you were just to kind of fold it over, it wouldn't match up very well. So make sure that you line up your edges before you use the bone folder to crease it up real good, because sometimes, like I said, those edges don't match very well. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this piece down. This is the Petunia Pot piece. It has these really cute balloons on the back, and it has like little balloon animals. I was trying to figure out which, how to incorporate that in there, but it just didn't work out that way. I suppose if you were doing a whole bunch of cards, you could get that worked in, but for the purposes of this little class, it didn't work out that way. But that is okay. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this piece here with the candles on the bottom. And we are going to tear off where the candles are. But you need to keep this top part because we're going to use the top part for your other card. So we're going to tear right along the top of the candles. Not too close, but just far enough so that we have the candles. Okay. So we have our candles. So now this piece can be set aside. All right. So now we're going to put this piece down. We're going to use dimensionals on this piece because we want it to kind of pop up from the bottom of the card. I just thought it was cute because it had the candles. So it's a good birthday card piece. Alright. And you are going to need scissors eventually here. So now we're just going to take these candle pieces and we're just going to line it up with the bottom of our base piece and just put that on. So then we have our little candles. Okay. So now we are going to take this small card and we are going to stamp happy birthday on it. And you are going to need scissors because we are going to kind of do some rough fussy cutting. Not super detailed like this weekend, but we are still going to do a little bit of fussy cutting on the happy birthday. Okay, I'm just going to use my scissors. And it's just a rough fussy cut just around the birthday. Just like roughly around it. It doesn't have to be super detailed. It doesn't have to be super close. Just kind of almost squiggly around it. There we go. Okay, so that's the hardest part of this whole thing, was that one piece. Okay, so we're gonna put some dimensionals on the back of that happy birthday. And I am not gonna get too close to the bottom of the happy birthday because I want it to kind of overlap this the little candles. So if you put the dimensionals too close, it'll be kind of weird. So, and we're just gonna put that happy birthday right there in the center. And then we need our little squiggly lines all the way around. And then again all the way around where it meets over here. And then we're going to put our little squiggles here. And then we'll need to add our embellishments. All right, let's see here. I'll add some over here. And I think I'm going to just do one more over here, a couple over here. And that's it. Okay. And then we have our envelope. So again, don't forget your envelopes just along the flap on the back. Just super quick. Don't think about it. Don't overthink it. All right, one more. We are almost done. Okay, so you're gonna grab your last piece here, and then this piece that you tore. I'm trying to remember how I did this. I think I had to cut some of it. I did. All right, so you're gonna need your scissors again, and we're not taping this down yet because we're gonna need the edge so that we can do some cutting, okay? So this last one, you could either do thank you or birthday. I'm gonna do thank you. I'm gonna ink up my stamp. And then I am gonna stamp right in the middle. Okay. All right. So now this piece will fit here, but you're going to need to be able to cut the edges off. So we're going to use our dimensionals, and we're going to kind of guess where this is going. We're kind of going, use the lines on your paper here to see where you're going. So we're going to be going here and here. Okay, so add your dimensionals. Take these off. And you'll see what I mean. So you're putting this piece of paper on, it's gonna hang over, and then we're gonna use our scissors to trim the sides, okay? So we're going to go right here. Okay, I think I got a little off the edge here, but that's okay. Gives it character. And then we're gonna flip it over, and then you're just gonna trim along the edge, okay? So that it's flush with the card. Not too bad. I didn't cut it off too bad. That's all right. Okay, so now you're gonna get your last card base. And again, the bigger ones are worse on that fold. You know, they are scored, but sometimes they just don't fold very well. So just make sure that the edges are lined up, and then use your bone folder to give it a good crease. And then you're gonna take your card base here. You're gonna add it to your Memories and More card base. Okay. And this one was simple, very simple. And then you're gonna use your Journaly pen again to add your lines. All the way around. And see here, I just kind of like stopped and then went again and stopped. And then don't forget to add your squiggles. Just random. Don't think about it. And then you're going to add your embellishments. And then you don't want to forget your last envelope. All right, here we go. There we go. Okay. Don't forget the flap. So if you wanted to recreate these cards, you can just order your Memories and More card pack, the card bases and envelopes. Get yourself a journaling pen, some embellishments, and your favorite stamp set. And then you could recreate these cards. So simple. We just created, what, 5 cards very quickly. They're really cute. I think they are. And very easy. So that's it. I mean, and you could do all birthday. They don't have to be thank yous. Or you could do thank yous. Or you could do anything. Very easy. Alright everyone, that is what I have for you tonight. I hope you enjoyed this craft along. We will have another one in August. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. We'll figure it out. It'll be a lot of fun as usual. If you want a packet for tonight, I do have a few left over. Again, they are $15, which includes shipping, or $10 porch pickup. And then in a couple weeks, July 5th, is Christmas in July, so don't miss that class. And then I will see you all back here next Thursday. Everyone have a great week and have a great night, and stay cool. Drink your water. Have a good night, everyone.